Here's your wrestling news for October 12th, 2020. And your headlines for today include huge possible WWE draft spoiler regarding Lars Sullivan and Braun Strowman. Spoiler on big move coming in night 2 of the draft. Lars Sullivan is in major trouble yet again. Kevin Nash addresses 22-year-old WCW mystery. Chris Masters names the wrestler who saved him from being buried by John Cena. Mustafa Ali teases upcoming segment on WWE Raw. Dominik Mysterio reveals he wants to face Chris Benoit's son David, and more. We are kicking off today with tonight's Raw, which will be night 2 of the WWE Draft, and one pick may have already been revealed. During Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted WWE's past plans to keep Braun Strowman and Lars Sullivan separate, and given that the Freak returned to SmackDown this week, that'd mean the former Universal Champion is heading to Raw. It's worth noting that nothing is set in stone as of yet, but if WWE does plan on keeping the two apart, then Strowman will be heading to the Red brand tonight, and we'll have to see who else joins the Monster Among Men on tonight's show. Speaking of tonight's draft, there's plenty of superstars who are waiting to find out what show they'll be on, but some stars could soon be drafted twice. During SmackDown, Sullivan was picked by SmackDown, but for some reason the Freak has been added to the Night 2 pool, meaning he could be selected again. The last time someone was drafted twice on the same draft was John Cena, who was drafted to SmackDown in 2011, only to be moved back to Raw that same night. Elias has also undergone a change, as he went undrafted during Night 1, which made him a free agent able to choose which show he'd go to, but now has also been added to Night 2, so he could be picked this time. Interestingly, The Miz and John Morrison were originally meant to be drafted on Night 2, but they were then moved forward as they were drafted to Monday Night Raw on last Friday's show instead. It's unclear why these changes have been made, and we can't help but wonder if any more changes will be made after tonight's show when the 2020 draft is meant to be finished. Speaking of the draft, the Monster Among Men isn't the only person already expected to switch shows, as the current controversy with the SmackDown Tag Team titles could lead to another huge change on the rosters. On last Friday's show, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, who won the blue titles earlier that night, were drafted to Raw, resulting in the SmackDown tag titles heading to the Red brand. On his show, Meltzer added that as of Saturday night, the plan is to move the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, to SmackDown, presumably with the titles. This certainly makes sense given that WWE are reportedly trying to keep real-life couples together, as Bianca Belair is married to Montez Ford and has already been drafted to Team Blue. We're still not sure how WWE will address both tag title swapping brands, though it's possible the title belts may be simply switched between the Profits and the New Day, and hopefully we'll get some answers on tonight's show. Whilst tonight's show will be focused on the draft, that won't be all there is to see on the stacked show. In addition to the draft, it's also been confirmed there will be a dual-branded battle royal between Raw and SmackDown superstars, with the winner getting a shot against Raw Women's Champion Asuka. Aleister Black and Kevin Owens will look to settle things in a no disqualification match, whilst Seth Rollins will bid farewell to Raw after being drafted to SmackDown last Friday. Mustafa Ali has promised to speak after being revealed as Retribution's leader, and with Night 2 of the draft, this week's Raw will be a must-see event. Lars Sullivan news next, as he just returned to WWE TV and is already getting the wrong kind of attention. Fans will remember Sullivan making several controversial and harmful posts both before and after signing with WWE, which led to a $100,000 fine prior to his recent injury. This week on Instagram, a woman named Anika Naidu Fuj, and I apologize if I got that name wrong, shared screenshots of a DM between herself and the Freak, where Sullivan asked for any, quote, booty pics she had. Disturbed, Anika said she blocks people who messages stuff like this, and added that she's a married woman and that this was a poor decision given Sullivan's fame. Later speaking to Bodyslam.net, Anika explained that Lars had been friendly to her for the past year, but has recently started making inappropriate comments, and finds it sad that some men feel they can send messages like this. She also shared screenshots of other inappropriate comments, including Sullivan saying he'd want her body sculpting services if he was a woman, and that he'd easily pay $100 for pictures of her. This is the latest controversy surrounding Sullivan, which has happened at a bad time for him given his recent return. And between this, his past comments on race and gender, as well as his uncovered adult film past as Mitch Bennett, it may be time for WWE to cut their losses with the Freak. Now, if you're a gamer, there's no shortage of wrestling games out there, but an old game that was recently brought up is WCW Thunder. This week, Twitter account WCW Collection pointed out something interesting about the game for the PlayStation, as Kevin Nash appears on the back of the box twice, being listed as both himself and the Giant, who would later join the WWF as the Big Show. After another Twitter account tagged Nash asking for an explanation, Big Daddy Cool said he wasn't labeled as the Giant, but instead the Giant had been given his likeness instead. We're still not sure how no one in the dev team noticed this mistake until after the PlayStation game reached shelves in 1999, but that's not all that was revealed about WCW video games this week. While he may not have made the art for Thunder, Big Show probably wasn't too unhappy, as he spoke about a time he got one over on WCW with a different game. On an old podcast with Steve Austin, Show revealed that despite being a top star in WCW, he wasn't being paid much, making 1/3 of Mark Marrow's salary at the time. That's why when Show saw the huge check he made for doing motion capture for a video game, the Giant didn't waste time cashing the check, splitting the money into separate bank accounts. This was a wise call from Show, as he revealed he was later called by WCW, who told him he wasn't supposed to receive the full amount, but when he showed them his account, he made it look like he'd had debt that was paid and the money was gone. Given that WCW has been out of business for nearly 20 years, Show didn't have any problem telling this story, and he concluded saying from then on, WCW had their attorneys and accountants make sure that Big Show got the right cut from then on. Now, Chris Masters may have never held gold in WWE, but he did have 2 impressive runs, and according to the Masterpiece himself, that's down to Shawn Michaels. Speaking to Hannibal TV, Masters spoke about his 05 to 07 run, which saw him work with several Raw main eventers. He said that John Cena never really looked out for him, which made his first run in the company incredibly difficult. He said, "When I would work with him, he had such little faith in me that he would want to call my offense for me. So I'd be getting heat on him, and he would tell me what the next strike is, and to me." Masters compared this to his previous feud with Shawn Michaels, who had no issues with him, and said Michaels would even stick up for him a few times, saying, "Cena would try to bury me, and Shawn would be like, I had no problems working with him, which felt real good for me because when I worked with Cena, there was always some kind of issue." It's interesting that Cena felt the need to call Masters spots for him, given that fans at the time were pretty vocal about Cena's own wrestling ability, and given that the 16-time world champion is a part-timer now, we doubt we'll ever see these two lock up again. Back to the ring now, and Ember Moon is back in NXT following a potentially career-ending injury, though this return may not have happened without some useful advice. In an interview with Daily DDT, the War Goddess revealed that Edge and Triple H were instrumental in her return, saying, "Edge was basically like, do this, get a sauna, get a bike, you have to do this. He basically sent me a cliff-noted version of what he was doing because he had such a bad Achilles rupture too that they said he would never come back from." Moon added that Edge even recommended what type of physical therapy to do, which she sent to her own therapist, which helped turn her around and come back from the injury. Thankfully, all this hard work paid off, and Moon is now back in NXT, and we'll have to see what the She-Nom can do in Triple H's brand after this recent injury. We previously reported about Scott Hall's worrying virtual meet and greet for Dark Parlor Originals, and now we've got an update on this situation. During the session, Hall was slurring his words and struggling to sign anything, which led Dark Parlor to cut the meet and greet early, and they've now posted a video explanation. In the video, Mike from the company said that their primary goal is to take care of Scott and make sure that he gets what he needs, adding, "We're not here to make him look bad, we're not here to make him look bad, we're not here to look bad." Mike added that he's working on making sure everyone gets their items signed and that there'll be refunds for any fans that paid for the virtual meet and greet. In the Dark Parlor Originals live chat, Steve Ruiz explained that Hall kept having issues as he felt rushed, and though he was trying, he wasn't in the mental state to push through signing so many items in a 4-hour period whilst being streamed live. We here at SlatRock are once again sending our best wishes to Hall, and we hope that the bad guy can overcome these personal issues. Back to Raw, and before his recent return, Mustafa Ali had been releasing his own shoot-style self-produced promos for a while, and that trend continued this week. After WWE tweeted that Ali will speak for the first time since being revealed as Retribution's leader, the High Flyer shared a brief video of his own where he didn't speak. Instead, Ali showed off the light he wears in his glove, and we're not quite sure what that means. Fans will remember that there were plans for Ali to be the SmackDown mystery hacker earlier this year before that angle was dropped, and whilst nobody expected him to be Retribution's leader, time will tell how Ali will fare now that he has such a prominent role on Monday Night Raw. And we're ending today with news from Dominik Mysterio, who's revealed an interesting opponent he wants to face. Speaking to Chris Van Vliet, Dominik said he'd love to face David Benoit, the son of Chris Benoit, and added that the two were good friends in their youth because of their wrestling parents. We're not sure how a match between the two would go, but given David's last name and the final actions of his father in 2007, we doubt WWE will ever want to risk a potential PR disaster by signing Benoit Jr. to a contract and a match with Dominik. Guys, in case you missed it, we have some breaking news from yesterday's video. WWE officially announces remaining draft picks from Friday's pool. Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle heat is real, says witness account. Shocking details are out. Inappropriate post from Matt Riddle's wife about female WWE superstars. Is Aleister Black joining the Wyatt family? Upsetting news about Scott Hall yet again. Click here to check out. Also check the description section for our amazing top 10 videos.